Hi guys, it's Tiffany from LuLaRoe the Duchess, and I wanted to talk to you today about why LuLaRoe and why now. Why I chose LuLaRoe and why now is the perfect time. I chose LuLaRoe because what it really boils down to is happiness. Who doesn't want to be happy, right? Isn't that the holy grail of life? And I really believe that LuLaRoe is making people happy. It's making women happy. It's making them comfortable in their own skin. It's making couples happy because when women feel better about themselves, they're better in their relationships. It's making families happy because, again, when moms feel good about themselves and they're happy, that relates to everything else in their life. So if they're happy, their family's happy, their partner's happy, and really everybody around them is affected by that joy and that happiness. And that's why I chose LuLaRoe. Because they are changing people's lives and they're really bringing joy into people's homes and bringing happiness into people's lives. So a little bit about me. I've been married for 10 years. My husband and I met in the military 15 years ago. We have a beautiful 9-year-old daughter, Isabel, and we recently moved into a new home, which we love. We love our neighborhood. We could not be happier with where we are at in life right now. But for me, I'm not completely happy in my own personal skin and in my own career path, and that's kind of what brought me to LuLaRoe. So about 6 years ago, my husband was injured in Afghanistan while serving in the Army. Unfortunately, he lost both of his legs while he was serving and was taken to Walter Reed. So we did 2 years of recovery at Walter Reed, 6 months in the hospital, and then a year and a half of outpatient recovery. And that was a really tough time for me and for my family. My husband doesn't remember a lot of it because he was in a coma for a time, and then he was solely focused on his recovery, and he's an amazing man. He's done amazing things and he's doing great now. He has such a positive attitude, but he didn't really see the toll that it took on me as a spouse, as a woman, and as a mother. A lot of people, when they come to visit you in those situations, they forget about the caregiver, and it's really not about you, it's about the service member who's recovering. And so I lost a lot of myself in that journey. I forgot who I was, and I forgot my strengths, and I forgot what made me a strong person and what made me a good person, and what made me happy, because I went from being Tiffany to being Mark's wife or Mark's caregiver. So people stopped addressing me as my own person. I became now just him. And so for somebody who's so independent, that was really tough. And I feel like for this last 6 years, I've really been searching for something that I can call my own, and something that can redefine me as a person and bring me joy. And so, when I came across LuLaRoe, I was a little skeptical at first. I was like, oh no, not another, direct sale thing. And I watched some live sales from a friend from high school, and I saw how happy she was doing it. And I was like, wow, that's really brave. She's putting herself out there for the world to see. And I ordered my first order, and when I got it, I was in love. I was an instant addict, and I love it ever since. And so the more that I bought, the more that LuLaRoe became a potential for me, because I was like, God, I haven't been this size in my entire life. And so, and that happens because of all of the things that have happened in my life. But I was like really uncomfortable in my own skin. And for the first time, I put clothes on and I didn't feel like, ugh, I can't wear that. I felt like, whoa, I look great. And I mean, that's amazing. To make women feel good about themselves is such a joy. And so when I wanted to approach my husband about it, I did a lot of research because I knew that he was going to be skeptical. LuLaRoe is a huge investment and he would want to have details. So I did a lot of research. I looked on YouTube. I started following a lot of VIP groups to see, how many pieces they were selling and what they were, how they were conducting their videos and their live sales or their album sales, and, following people on Instagram to see how the different ways that they're styling their LuLaRoe. And I was like, I really can do this. And so I put a game plan together, and the way that I approached it was, I told him, when I'm happy, I'm a better wife and I'm a better mother. And I brought all of those things to the table and explained to him, that I had lost a lot of myself in this journey that we've been on for the last 6 years. And he was super receptive. And I think that if you approach it in that way, your spouse will be super receptive as well. Because ultimately our partners want us to be happy, and be supportive. And so here I am. I am in the queue and waiting for my call. It should be any day now. And I honestly have not been so excited about something in a very long time. And LuLaRoe has brought the life and the light back into my life and has brought joy and happiness into my life. And I'm ready to spread that joy and happiness to everyone else. So that's my why, and that's LuLaRoe, and I'm so excited to start this journey, and I can't wait for that call to happen. And if you want to learn more about LuLaRoe, you can go ahead and email me at LuLaRoeTheDuchess@gmail.com. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I hope that you follow me along this journey, and we'll see you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.